and he is definitely someone who is proficient on those range tops and will punish the matchup. Now, Ezreal, I think, makes a lot of sense, has that safety element, did get some buffs on this patch as well, but pairing up with a Bard can roam freely. And I feel like for BNK FearX, all three of the carries, not only do they have 3 carries, so if you do take one down with a combo, you know, you have other carries available, but they're also just slippery, right? They all have dashes available. They all have ways to disengage from the situation. If you mess up the combo, the timing's a bit off, they can actually pull away from it. And in the end, DN Supers go for Rakan, which does help layer the CC with the engage combo, but you're not going to have a great time in lane. Like, this is a winning bot lane for Diablo and Kellen.
Yeah.
Top lane matchup as well, really punishing. And we often talk about the importance of side lane priority. Well, BNK FearX have that. They have that in the bag. So I think a good first draft for BNK FearX here. I think they got really everything they're looking for. And on the side of DN Supers, there's a lot of team fighting power, right? If they get that combo off, they have a Yunara who's obviously very strong, and there's a lot of engage. But the main thing is getting to the mid game without being in a deficit, and then landing their engagement. If they mess it up even just once, the game could just be lost to them.
Yeah, I think if the game goes even into the mid game, like, DNS definitely have a shot here for sure. Like, they have fantastic ways to set up picks with the Orianna Nocturne. You've got the Ambessa follow-up, and then you have a hyper carry. But I'm with you. I think that BNK, they just have a lot of tools, and they have scaling throughout all the different parts of the game with 3 carries, 3 damage sources, and they should be winning the lanes.
Nicht mehr viel. Spiel ist gut, ich hoffe auch.
First one as we're getting ready to jump onto the rim for game number 1. Alrighty, game number 1 of the upper bracket, round 1, match 1 here at the playoffs. And yeah, BNK definitely the favorite.
So, sollte am 3er-Patch sein, right?
Jabal skilled his W level.
Sehen wir bestimmt gleich.
I assume that's a misclick. That's really bad. That's really bad.
Not what you want to see.
Ja, Pressure Level 1 weg, das stimmt. Ah, aber sie haben immer noch Bart. Die haben immer noch Pressure. Hallo IQ, hallo OB. Hallo Mario, hallo Dagon. Tito, Apache und Reus. Und hallo Doba.
Why is he not pressing Q? This guy is just, he's psyching me out.
Play like Blitzcrank, you know, just kind of walk at them and threaten a Q, like right here.
Also richtig bald war Level 2 auch kein E.
But, you know, you'd be getting so much more poke down if you just...
Ja, E, das ist actually so bad.
In this situation.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna hit level 2 shortly, so okay.
Oh,
well.
no, he's W'd and they're like, what is this guy doing?
I love the Jonas Strong zooming too. It's like, yeah, well.
The even worse thing is that W just feels so bad because you have nothing to proc it with, right? Other than just an auto.
Yeah.
So it just feels so...
Richtig bad. 2 Waves, keinerlei Poke mit Bart. Das ist richtig horrible. Insanely bad.
With the most comfort.
Yeah, you can see from that situation, right? It didn't end up, like, they didn't lose lane on the back of that, but they don't punish lane as much as they should. We talked about how this bot Ezreal should be really applying the pressure. They didn't do much level 1, and level 2, Diablo still has to play so far back because he doesn't have his arcane shift. So it's not so much about they're dying or losing or, you know, getting chunked out themselves. It's more they can't enact the pressure they should have because of this mistake.
Yeah. You see that Yunara's on a 6-game winning streak. A couple of guys from Lions getting wins. Ju and Taeyun specifically.
She actually
also pays and ruler, I think, on that.
Überraschung.
Really poor win rate coming out of the group stage, but she's had a massive resurgence. I think one factor as well is that her item got buffed, the Fiend Hunter bolts, which she was going second, but also I just think teams getting better at understanding how to set up.
Ja, also noch ein 3er-Patch. Mal sehen, heute in der Nafiri vielleicht.
Duckdom having to barrier early and flash as well.
Okay, Digga.
Heal comes out just to stabilize the lane, but now, you know, he's gonna have to back. He doesn't have summoners. This is not a good time for Duckdom.
Well, Diablo finally got all of his abilities that he wanted, and that's how the lane goes. So, Duckdom immediately pummeled on the lane, just pick up the call on the reset.
Ja, das ist ein Cap-Position rein, sagt mir nichts.
For a roam here.
Da bin ich zu raus.
Yoshik not to get his reset off, so
Jetzt erstmal Bart gespielt, muss mich daran gewöhnen, dass ich weniger Tanzfähigkeiten hatte.
was trying to hold the
Ja, dein W ist aber super strong.
Always a dangerous
W
game.
ist todesstrong, auch wenn du mal Mitte läufst oder sowas.
that are most lethal to support.
Kurz zweimal W hindrücken,
Control
auch
walls,
super stark.
right? When you see one, you're trying to clear it,
Yeah.
4 autos, and you have no attack speed. And trying to hold the wave. The amount of times we've seen supports die for that. Kind of crazy.
I think Peter got himself in trouble during play-ins, if I'm not mistaken. I think he kind of like face-checked the bottom brush from blue side and got himself
on
in a bit of-
Nautilus, I think it was,
on
yeah.
Nautilus. Vickless being chased down here. Closer not going to go for any kind of kill move, but
Yeah.
it's pushing him out, and he's up a level.
Wusstest du was mit dem E anzufangen ist? Ja, ich glaube, das ist auch so ein Ding, das kommt einfach mit der Zeit.
Saying, I need that
Und
ability, I need that
58.
value. Which, you know, I think into this comp, you can
Meistens zum Escapen oder wenn du dann mit deinem Jungle zum Beispiel ganken möchtest, dann stellst du es damit er schnell auf die Lane kommt und halt hinter der Gegner kommt zum Beispiel. Aber das ist super viel, einfach reinkommen, bisschen Feeling.
Just kind of handshaking the nerf, you know.
Refillable ist natürlich einfach OP. War ja auch schon pre-Homeguard, also letzte Season war ja Homeguard auch, Refillable einfach auch OP.
Just so good on champs.
Aber jetzt vor allem, weil
Where you're trading a lot, you can proc it very
Laning Phase jetzt nochmal länger ist durch Quests und so weiter, glaube ich. Einfach super strong, to be
champions
honest.
who already have some movements.
Also du kannst ja nicht swappen pre-13 Minuten oder sowas.
Amplified by it, you know, Rise when he sort of procs his runes and Oriana with the dissonance.
Und in 13 Minuten Lane-Szenarien ist, glaube ich, das Ding einfach OP.
Yeah, we'll see if we have a moment where Phase Rush is procced.
Die sind einfach effizienter als halt, also einfach besser als normale Potions kaufen, denke ich.
Just clips him.
Hallo,
I'm like,
Bonis.
oh, that was the nerf. There you go.
or the Azir gets in range, or the Jarvan gets in
Ich
range.
finde Aurora overall.
Aurora gets in range. It's not a fun time for an Orianna from behind in this game.
Ich habe es gehackt.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Harry's alive.
Weil sie ist super strong. In Toplane halt extremer Lane-Bully. Oder Fabi.
Our engage works.
Insaner Lane-Bully in Toplane.
Have any options to protect
Hab's Gefühl, manchmal fällt ihr schwer,
in reverse? It's like our engage works or
so Midgame zu snowballen, aber ich weiß nicht, ob das dann am Team liegt einfach. Weil ich glaube, der Champion ist sehr strong.
Throw him a shield and say goodbye because he's dead to everything. And generally, we used to see, I think it was Gen G would play a lot of Orianna Bard, and, or maybe it was T1. They would set it up and, you know, you just drop a Bard ultimate down and then it's easy setup for the Orianna to land an ult. And obviously they're on the opposite sides now, so you can use it to negate the Orianna ult as clear. Maybe in a rough spot here, but he is Aurora. Definitely not winning this lane as hard as we expected.
yeah, Dudu doing a pretty good job of sort of mitigating the pressure of playing into a range top. Never a fun time, but doing fine in terms of farm. Actually, he can
Fast even in CS. Ja.
never mind. I was gonna say he can get a plate.
Little engaged, but actually the stun goes down on a duck top. And remember, he only
Geiles Trade von Diable.
and the heal comes out from Kellen in the trade, but duck top now low. And with no flash, he's got to play it safely as Dudu. There's no TP on this Aurora, so
Guter Respekt von Clear auch mit Nocturne.
one time up there.
Weiß natürlich, dass Kill Crossman wird.
Piotr's six just came in, so it was in a dangerous spot. And I think this is a great thing for DNS. We talked about the bottom top lane potentially being pain points, but Dudu having a good matchup here, getting a couple of plates in, is phenomenal so far.
Wie zu oft.
Have to be a bit careful.
So he's trying to bait something with Raptor coming up, but instead he just takes a giant chunk. At least he didn't use his TP right before that.
Yeah. I think if he oversteps any more, though, there's always just that concern that you just get blown up by the Nocturne. But yeah, Raptor there to cover. And so far, not a super eventful game. As you can see from Peter, just, you know, Wing Vikla and nothing coming from it.
Just kind of hanging out. You know, B&K were able to get the first Drake because bottom lane is winning so hard, and Jarvan's pretty good at taking that down. So,
Hallo Rias.
start for them, at least on the objectives. The gold's still very even with no kills and no big lane.
Guter Counter mit auf Botside.
Canceling out lane leads. As Diablo's ahead, but also Dudu's ahead. We know about Dusante. Do we know about Dubessa yet? As the combo comes in and Vikla's just dead.
Oh, das ist ein guter Flash von Piotrek.
Go down to one
I hate to say it, aber guter Flash.
comes in. Oh,
Und Peter lebt.
out because, well, he's Rakan.
Also guter Flash auf den E, aber gestern war nicht ready dafür.
Goes to DNS.
Feels so good
Tough.
for DNS because not only do you get the kill yourselves, but you keep Peter alive after burning the Cataclysm from Raptor. So that
Plus Flash down jetzt auf Wickler. Terror.
you know, Closer still has his flash up and available. So, you know, we talked about the Orianna often being that focus point for teams when you have like an Azir Jarvan. Well, both the ults are now down, and you got this.
Sauber.
You know, the flash here
Ja,
from
sauber.
Yoshik to block the dash from the Azir.
Wie gleich war so halb ready.
We see Peter get stunned, but he had his Q heal already procced. That came in to keep him alive, so pretty well played there. Nice early pick and the sort of momentum that we want to see from this composition for DNS.
Yeah, it's very important for them getting that kill onto the Orianna.
Die kommt von DNS, ist ziemlich OP. Mit
A
der Rolle verlieren ist terrible, ja, ist
Looks
es.
like Clear's doing a little bit better in the trading department, but still not winning, so still not very much enjoying that. And it does feel like BNK, you know, with
Sie kommt hier aus ziemlich OP aus Fabi.
he's kind of in an awkward spot in mid now with the Orianna very far ahead. Might have a lot of money on Diablo trying to carry this one.
Mal schauen. Also lässt ziemlich gut gegen die Comp, aber.
Yep. And he's playing Israel, so he's probably going to enjoy this game quite a lot. As we do have Raptor down on the bottom side, but he doesn't have that Cataclysm.
Yeah, and the wave is too small now, and Peter just hit 6, so not really a dive they can go for. So Yoshik just gets grubs for free in this situation. And I think DNS getting a lot from this early game. They're trying to sort of extend this, but...
Yeah, I mean, with their grubs fully taken and kind of shown, they know that the Nocturne is on the top side of the map, so certainly trying to force this here. They're going to take the turret down and just...
Was ich auch nicht so gut finde.
Flashback as Raptor
Okay.
going in, trying to get those last autos down. The Q is
Was macht ihr, Alter?
And now Raptor, oh, the flash in, but he's still going to go down.
Alter.
And that is so tilting for them. Peter does pick up the kill.
Jesus Maria.
So overforced there from BNK FearX. It was obviously extremely...
You're on a ward, buddy.
Yeah, don't...
You're on a ward, buddy. He's trying to make the big play, but this might be the second time that on a ward. Oh, it doesn't look like much is going to happen.
You know, this is also such a make or break play. You can actually see the red outline on Gabble, on Doctam, on Peter. Everyone popped, you know, the adaptive force motion from their triple tonic. Everyone was like, this is the moment, right? And so they
Idee war fein, aber warte, man geht raus.
Stop the tower from being able to hit anyone. But the problem here is that, you know,
Jetzt.
Peter does a great
Out.
job blocking, gets the charm in, the barrier buys a lot of time, and again, Peter blocking this Mystic shot, and by this point, the tower's back up, there's no wave. They can't really move back in to try and finish off Doctam. It was great peel by Peter. This duo working so well in unison.
Yeah, DNS last time out, they were definitely kind of slow to start. It felt like especially Peter and even Doctam, you know, wasn't putting up huge numbers, but they're ready to go right from the beginning, and they played that very well. But as you mentioned, like, it was definitely overforced as the ult comes in and clear.
Warum wird mein Aurora eigentlich so verprügelt?
Top lane, and Dudu is in a lot of trouble. Baited.
Seit 10 Minuten komplett, also jetzt ist halt gerade Eclipse gegen neue Eclipse, aber warum wird die seit 10 Minuten komplett verprügeln? Okay, die Lane swappen. Okay. Preventive measure.
But the kill goes to Kellen, so not ideal. And
Okay.
in the trade, DNS are going to get plates on...
Toplane hat Quest fertig? No way.
Great. And also picking up a dragon.
Kann es sein?
Not too many complaints from
Minute 11?
I feel like in this trade. You see the replay in this.
Du hast ein Team Peter-Fan. Ich bin kein Peter-Fan. Warte, du meinst du, oder?
Close.
Mich.
You know, nearly actually took a tower hit there as well. That would have certainly been his death.
Yeah.
Die Anzeige muss falsch sein, oder nicht? Haben die Double Quest fertig?
Big knockup, and now Doctam super low. They overextend for this, and BNK will gladly pick up that kill onto Doctam.
Doch, wirklich, what the fuck?
A little bit, and not
Oh,
expecting
warum
them
ist die
to
Quest
return
dafür
to the
fertig?
bot lane.
Okay.
End up getting punished there. So BNK FearX finding some good picks as they're moving about the map. The game's still feeling very even at this point.
Ja, also ich kann mir auch nicht vor. Also eigentlich auf dem Papier könnte es wieder keine 5 Games sein. Aber eigentlich sollte DNS auch nicht in Playoffs sein, to be fair. Naja. Naja.
All over the place in terms of not clearing vision and backing on it.
Oh, Dudu has Eclipse now as well, so this top matchup getting very scary.
Yeah, he's even proxying. I mean, he's putting on the pressure. Absolutely. He's not even that far behind in terms of gold, but as you mentioned, that item completion is going to make things really difficult. As we got the Diablo stripe. A little bit for Raptor there as well. Very even with Pioshik, at least, in terms of the gold.
As you see, the mid lane is finishing boots, so Close has gone for the upgraded Sork shoes. but actually it's the Azir on the upgraded Merc treads. Yeah, they were just super overextended here. Deep behind the tower, not really a way of getting out.
Das wäre diese eine komische Wave.
The bot lane, used them all in that previous
Wurde zu viel Stays for whatever reason. Sei aus dem müde. Von irgendwie, ich weiß nicht. Um 8 Uhr, irgendwie um halb 9 war ich noch wach. Ich war auch. Und ich habe heute wieder richtig beschissen geschlafen. Oder viel zu wenig. Ich war irgendwie um 1 oder so war ich im Bett, glaube ich. Und dann war ich um halb 7 oder so wach. Ich verstehe es nicht.
There's not, I mean, I guess maybe like the Rakan charm or the. I
So
just don't
fucking
see that many
bad.
situations you're getting feared by the Nocturne. So. And the change is basically.
Aber es war nach dem Game gehe ich kurz duschen, dann wird schon passen.
Closer does take a big chunk, but he's okay.
The change is basically if you do build health, you can sort of either have the same or more value from the boots. But if you're not building any health, it's going to be weaker than it was before.
Yeah.
Because it's bonus health now. So. Was having some struggles into closer in the lane though, so maybe just wanted to have some help with that.
Yeah. Supreme safety from Vikla. Could have gone for a different kind of defensive boot, but elected not to. As
could have gone offensive.
Yeah, he could have done that as well.
Bei Upgrade Boots bin ich mir noch nicht so ganz sicher, weil du hast halt natürlich jetzt gerade der Spike ist insane, weil Closer hat jetzt gerade halt niemals Damage. Niemals im Leben hat er genug Damage.
Stopping everybody's backs in this game.
I feel like he's just trolling at this point. Not trolling in like he's playing badly, trolling in like.
Und das heißt auch also theoretisch will ich so aus 2v2 auf Seite gerade, aber I guess noch den Oriana wollte das so ein bisschen, oder es gibt es so ein bisschen.
Such goofy behavior, and it's so funny to see. Like, what are you supposed to do as Closer there? You're just getting pranked.
Yeah. There's really nothing you can do except that your back is going to be delayed. We do have a little bit of focus here on the Rift Heralds. Koshik starting it up, but it is on Vision. So now BNK moving over and will attempt to fight this. Now DNS, they got to be the ones to pull the trigger with the combo. Who are they going to go for as the smite comes down and
Seht ihr was, oder?
they just get it. And now they're just going to go on in as looking for the Azir.
Schön.
It's just so dead. Just isolate.
I mean, 4-Mann Knockup into Ulti, not bad, aber
Does have a nice angle here.
schöne Combo.
Their entire front
Die hat
line.
noch Ulti.
Clear's trying to get in there with the Between Worlds. Is going to kind of slow everybody down, do a bit of damage. Re-engage comes in from Peter, but Diablo still going
Schön.
into the team. And
I mean, Misstep vom Diablo, aber der Teamfight war so fucking dumm, als Wickler One-Shot war. Well played.
alone. And there's nothing that he can do now, but a big
Well played.
for BNK and DNS are controlling the pace of this whole game now.
So much more coordinated and so much cleaner from DNS there. BNK FearX very
Sehr solid.
in the fight. And ultimately, Raptor and Vikla, if you're isolated on the side against a Nocturne composition, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, Clear gets his
Es war nur ausgebannt. Es war seiner.
And then although Raptor gets a lot of value here,
Es war nur war ausgebannt. Sorry.
we end up seeing, you know, low health bars. They still have Clear's ult. They're like, we want to make something more, but Diablo makes a critical error here.
Ich sag's euch, Nocturne Ori, unbalanced as shit.
Arcane shifts in almost immediately.
Wenn gut gespielt. Also du musst immer super gut spielen, wenn decent gespielt.
Actually, sorry, I said it was Dudu who got the ult on a Raptor, obviously, but Dudu played this fight so well. Really good fight from him.
You're Dudu.
You're a Dudu.
I mean, they tried to ban out his Cassante, his Gwen.
Third and second.
And they bio-picked him the Ambessa. They banned enough stuff, and they said, this guy will carry us. And so far, I mean, he's doing really well. The whole team's doing really well at this point. They picked up the Infernal Drake on top of it all. I mean, at least BNK are able to trade a turret, but this is kind of one of those moments, it feels like in today's meta, in like the nowadays meta, where it's like the game is just broken so far open. As I'm going to have to hold that thought as maybe Raptor gets caught, but no, he just flag and drags away. But yeah, one big fight and a big overextension from BNK means that DNS are just going to control
Und Corki, oh. War Corki, oh,
Infernal
okay.
Drakes for the next 10 or so minutes.
Yeah, it's so difficult at this deficit. Against a composition like DNS's, when they have
Ja, er gibt dann Aswell Prior hoch hin.
it just becomes so threatening because, you know, we talked earlier.
I guess, I mean, gegen Nocturne Ori, I mean, es gibt nichts Besseres, ne? Nocturne Ori besser.
Expected, right? You know,
Was wurde gepickt im First Free, warte ich schon.
wasn't. If they were behind, if they'd punished Oriana,
Sure, kurz noch.
it could really be a struggle, right? You go in with your combo, maybe don't even kill someone, even if you do.
Nocturne Ori, Yunara, First Free,
You're
ja.
in a position where you have so much gas left
Ja.
for that initial combo, right? Docdam is really strong. He's getting his items.
Ja. Nocturne Orion besser also Nocturne Orion besser haben sie schon gezeigt und Junara zum Zeitpunkt vom Ezreal Pick. Ergibt schon Sinn. Ergibt schon Sinn. Ey, Diablo enjoy ich. Warum auch immer ein Diablo 2 Ziel auf meine Früh bekommen mit dem Warlock oder so. For whatever reason. Noch nie gespielt.
And I think BNK FearX, I mean, slowing the game down a bit now definitely would make sense when they are this much of a deficit pre-20 minutes. And looking at those dragon fights.
Zweites bei Dudu fertig, die sind so fucking fucked. Da bleiben lassen wir wieder drin, I guess. Ja. Guter Play. Guter Play erlebt, hold up. Diablo hat noch Barrier. Oh, weia. Alter, Wickler macht aber so viel Damage mit gestackt und nie für Tempo.
And it's not going to pay off. As now DNS, I mean, all the gold is going on the carries as well. I mean, they're just getting.
Wenn sie Peter noch töten, dann ist vielleicht sogar okay der Play.
I don't know, man. This is totally blown open. Clear wasn't even there.
Yep, they went for a desperate play, and they just didn't have the damage to finish off the Ambessa in that situation. But to be honest, even if they had, they would pay so heavily in return. Because it just took so long, and again, you're against a Nocturne. The Nocturne's always going to fly in there when you're this far ahead. You have to be so quick, so...
Ich glaube, Dudu tot und Peter tot und dann ist der Play sehr solid. Aber natürlich Hindsight-Talk.
As the Nocturne, I mean, Poshik is coming up. He does have very low cooldown on that ult.
Haben die Damage? Die haben kein Damage. Oder? Nächste QE-Kombo. Wow. Dann ist die auch noch tot. FF. Hallo Kau. FF.
I mean, that's the point where it just feels so hard to come back from. And look at this!
Yeah.
Look, just walks up to Diamond, just slams him down. You know, the first play felt really bad. The follow-up, it's not even the actual impact of how much that cost your team. It just, I feel like the mental will shatter from that. You kind of just accept, we're kind of out of this one. You know, they go for duty here.
Top Div.
Engages onto the Ezreal, buys so much time.
Ja, ich meine, wie gesagt, wenn Dudu hier stirbt,
and then the bottle buys time, but it doesn't
schon ein guter Play.
The fate of your AD carry. Yeah. The rest of the team's now there to clean up. And they only get the Nocturne out of this.
Was hat zu den Kommentaren des Boss gesagt? Überhaupt kein Freund. So ein non-interaktiver Stat-Stick, gegen den du halt nicht fighten kannst im River. Finde ich fucking boring. Persönlich. Gar kein großer Freund von. Weiß eigentlich eher, ich kenne seine Clip-Speed ja nicht. Aber ja.
And now, I just don't think you can contest this dragon at all. You just have to give it up. I mean, I'm certain, I am 100% certain that BNK FearX will try and contest this dragon. And
you know them very well.
I'm just as certain that they'll lose it. But I don't think you can.
We've seen some games where it's a kind of a bad soul, and the team that's ahead isn't able to really push their lead. But BNK, they tried to push their lead, or they tried to come back very early on, even before the Drake was up. And it has come back to bite them, and now they can't even fight for the Drakes. And if it were Chemtech Soul or something, maybe you say, okay, we can give it up, we can try to play for the late game, but that's not going to happen. On top of the fact that they're 7,000 gold behind. Yes, it's more difficult to end games nowadays, but this is almost a...
Ja, wahrscheinlich brauchen wir trotzdem 2 Nashes. Also ich glaube, sehr realistisch braucht man trotzdem 2 Nashes in dem Game. Als DNS. Aber das passt schon.
Looks like they'll try to fight for the soul fight in 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, I think that's a good call. I guess I was too certain.
Ich glaube, heute ist ein Prepper-Meal essen keiner Tee.
You know, maybe if they didn't go for the crazy bot plays, they could have fought Dragon.
Ich glaube, heute gibt's...
Yeah.
Ich weiß gar nicht. Ich wollte die Philly Cheese and Steak probieren. Philly Cheese and Steak Bowl. Wir gehen in PlayStation Peak. Meinung zum Video? Honest Meinung? Ist irgendwelche Verbesserungsvorschläge? Total Zero.
Washcloth or something, like they're desperately trying to get this mid turret.
Dude is in that brush, and he is so scary right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they have good info on this either.
Oh,
I mean, obviously they don't.
That's fucking fucked.
He's just dead.
I mean, der Comp ist auch, to be fair, ziemlich strong. Oh, wait.
Go down.
Nee, mattert nicht. Okay. Ja, okay, mattert nicht. Ich glaube, wären die im Gold ein bisschen näher, wäre das hier sehr tough gewesen.
You're not even clearing vision. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, could have been a lot worse for BNK FearX. The fact that Diablo's able to get over the wall really saves him. But look how many summoners were burnt there.
Yeah.
You know, Vikla, it's a good stasis, but against a Rakan, he just stands on top of you.
Weil letzte Woche wenig Zeit hatte.
Diablo manages to get away.
Ja, ich glaube, wenn die hier im Gold ein bisschen näher aneinander wären, dann wäre der Fight nicht mal so geil für DNS. Oh well.
And then on the other side, you know, we have Clear's flash, Raptor's flash, Diablo's flash, right? And I think the fact that, you know, Diablo's flash is down, obviously he's an Ezreal as an arcane shift, but he's definitely going to be a target for.
Yes, it's very difficult because there's a lot of stuff to dodge. You got to dodge the very easy to commit combo from the Orianna Nocturne, but also the Rakan. Not to mention if you're out of position and Mbessa finds you, like, God forbid, I mean, you're just dead. If you have to arcane shift early, you just kind of die. Like, DNS are that far ahead, and they have the gold on everybody. Look at the kills on their side. The three, or rather the four champions that deal damage, all of them got 3 kills. And Raptor's just dead. He doesn't have his flash. They're still going to go in for this one, as trying to get Kellen's flash.
Gut, also ich muss sagen, da hat der Cutter so hart gezaubert, weil die Raw-Datei, wie gesagt, waren 52 Minuten, also. Aber ja.
And goes golden, and DNS say, okay, well, if you want to lose,
Schön, die von Dodo.
we can end the game now if you'd like.
Ja, okay.
Instead of going for the Baron, and they'll do just
Alright.
They're going to ace B&K.
Die werden trotzdem nicht finishen, geht trotzdem nicht.
They don't have a way
Heute sagt euch ein Büro reden.
Yeah, I mean...
Brillanter Tag für AZB.
BFX are trying, okay? They're trying to find something. They are not succeeding, and DNS are just absolutely brutalizing them at this point. Yeah, Raptor just made the mistake of existing in the face of DNS. And he's like, I'm a Jarvan, I'm safe. And he just kind of gets dove on. And then I think, you know, maybe Kellen was like, I'm safe here. The shockwave doesn't even actually hit him. He just died before it. And then they're trying to go for a re-engage. But
Hallo, ich bin Dodo.
already 2 people down. I think at this point, BNK FearX
Muss ja einkaufen gehen.
this game. And are thinking about game 2. You know, it is a best of 5. But I think their chances on this one are just, it's just gone.
It's very BNK-esque where, you know, even from behind they're still...
King of Blood ist ja, das hab ich mir auch gedacht beim Schauen. Ich hab's so ein bisschen drüber geskippt, ich kann mir beim Reden nicht zuhören. Aber so ein bisschen drüber geskippt.
Just 10 minutes from now, they're just kind of like, okay, well,
oh my! Look at the 80 carry item difference. Remember, Ezreal 1 lane.
Yeah. Yeah, 4-2 basically.
Devil's just got 2 red rocks to rub together. Yeah, that's some items for the Inara. That is, yeah, definitely some items.
Yeah.
Sind Dr. und Peter Grund fürs Worlds Finale. Ruhe.
And I think, you know, obviously is fearless.
Ruhe.
Getting Vikla's Azir game 1, you know, Diablo and Ezreal, like even like picks like Bard as well. These are like high budget fearless picks.
Ich hasse es, Yunara zu geben. Ich verstehe es nicht.
Does not set the series off to a
Ich
good.
kann mich an kein Game erinnern, wo ich mir nicht danach dachte, fuck, die Yunara war OP.
When we looked at the draft, we expected
In recent
to
memory.
have a much stronger...
Ja, immer strong.
Obviously not to have such a incredible downfall at the Rift Heralds, but just based on the way it was played out and the fact that they did not stick together and Vikla was all by his lonesome just dying to Orianna Nocturne, like,
Ein Bo
you're
Comeback.
not gonna win fights like that no matter what the draft.
EU verdient die nicht.
So,
Runde.
DNS, they look like a well-oiled machine, and BNK, it looks like they just kind
Ja,
of...
erster Nash wieder, na, no joke, danke für den achten.
So not the best start for them.
Wieder Kinderverarsche hier, 1900 Gold mit dem Nash.
This point happens, but not often.
Well, they're just gonna send it, and...
Guter Catch, 4 auf, Ding geht durch. Ja.
Yeah, he's not gonna
GG.
get this one. Diablo's gonna go down, and so will
Sauber.
Vikla. They're just trying their best, but they're too far behind.
Einer für Fnatic.
It's also gonna get...
EU verdient ihn nicht. Egal welches Team.
Give another kill, a quadra,
Wait.
actually. Over to
Geben
them.
Sie.
And says, you know what?
Geben die?
I'll give you the penta. I'll give you the penta. And now he's kind of running. I don't know. They're trying
Geben, oh mein Gott.
The kill comes in, and Duckdom will pick it up. A absolute domination
Okay, GG.
from DNS in game 1.
Yeah, kind of gifted the penta at the end, you know, but definitely a big morale boost to get that.
Kellen, du dummer Pinguin, wir geben keine Panthers.
You think about the Preds, yes, no one thought this would be, well, I mean, some people did, but a lot of people thought this wouldn't be a clean series. But everyone from our side and the side thought it would be a BNK BFX